That rhymes. Okay, I now have a question from Lynette. What do you think about past life regression hypnotherapy? I've done a course but was not impressed. Okay, Lynette. Maybe this is your first time on the planet. What do I think about it? Well, I've had it happen spontaneously in therapy sessions, and it's quite a bit of fun, I guess, when it happens because you don't expect it. And that's very curious. Why would it happen spontaneously, especially if the client doesn't expect it themselves? So that's curious when it happens. I've read some books on past life regression research with children in India, where the phenomenon of reincarnation is fairly well known. I've often been tempted to do it in Thailand because Thailand is Buddhist and most people believe in reincarnation. I've never got around to doing it, to be honest, but it's something I wouldn't mind exploring. Now, I don't know. I'm Buddhist, and that does mean really I should be a believer in reincarnation, but I have to be honest and say I don't know. Looking at different accounts and on documentaries I've seen as well, some of it can be pretty persuasive. How on earth was that possible? How did that person know that? The big problem we have, I think, with it is if someone else can go and check it out, the client could have checked it out first or come across that information somewhere else first. But when the client comes up with something that no one knows about and no one would know about, and then it is discovered for the first time, that is kind of quite convincing. And that has been known to happen a few times. In terms of your question, Lynette, about as a therapy, and you doing a course on it, I went on a course with somebody who was very well known in this field. I think it was Roger somebody, and that was quite interesting, to see what was happening. We did a group kind of thing, and I've replicated that on my training sometimes to see what happens with people, and just so they can learn the technique to use it like a metaphor, if nothing else. Because I think it's, in terms of therapy, if you put to one side, is it real, is it not, and just use it as a form of kind of fantasy therapy, it can be very, very successful. Because you're talking to the unconscious, and if you're talking about the client having a past life where something happened to them, and let's say that they were gagged or something in a prison or something like this, and now in this life they've come back with a stutter. You can see, there's a kind of a connection there, and you could almost use that past life as a metaphor. The reason you're like you are now is because you were gagged and prevented from talking in a past life, but now you're not in that past life. Now you're in this life. And you can let that go. You're talking to the unconscious. Let that go completely. And that can help, so we can't just throw it away. I think it's very useful in some problems, some contexts. But I don't know enough about it to talk in great depth because I haven't actually ever advertised myself as being a past life therapist. Do I believe it's real? I don't know. And but there is therapeutic benefit in it. And I think if you think of it like that, rather than being as a genuine regression to a previous life, then you can use it, comfortably. So I hope that answers your question, Lynette, and I hope I managed to share something of that with my limited knowledge of it.